Welcome back to my channel. I'm Venus from Heart's Desire by Venus. And today we are continuing on with making the plates or book covers for your journal covers. And last week we made these vintage looking flowers or shabby chic. I don't know what you want to call them, but they're super cute, layered with lace and netting and aged flowers. So we made a bunch of those last time. So now I'm actually working on the plate. Now, like I said before, I'm making a journal. It's blue, vintage kind of feel. So I wanted some stuff that's, a little aged, but still has pops of blue in there. So I'm not quite sure how big my journal is going to be. I'm figuring it's going to be a standard page size. So 8.5 by 11 folded in half. So I cut my base for this mat so that it would fit in there nicely, as you can see. So that's the size I came up with. You can do this with any size you want. Basically, I cut it out. I distressed the edges. I did a little bit of white painting across to soften it. And then for this page, I just took a book page, which is slightly smaller, embossed it, whitewashed it. Now that it's dry, I'm actually just going to take a little bit of my vintage photo here and just run it across the top of the embossing there, just trying to pick up a little bit of that embossing, and then there we go. Yeah, and then I'm just going to get the edges, of course. I just wanted to show off a little bit of that detail on there. And this was just straight white acrylic paint that I brushed over my book page. I wanted it to be kind of, flimsy and ratty. So I've used a thin piece to do this. Just going to give it a little bit, hit a few more embossing spots here. There we go. That's looking a little better. All right, so then it's going to be layered on there. So I'm going to actually stitch it, but I do want to put a piece of tape down the middle right now just to hold it in place when I stitch it, because I don't want it sliding around. So I'm going to do that. And it's just going to go kind of like that in the middle. And right now I'm going to go and stitch. Now you don't have to. If you wanted to just glue this, that would be perfectly fine. But I'm going to stitch around it because then I'm going to rough up these edges here a little bit just to add a little bit more texture. So I'm going to do that and then I will be right back. All right, so I've stitched around. I've left my threads hanging out there, and I've done it in black just to give it a little bit of a pop. Now you can see, because I got my page wet, it's a little wrinkly, which is okay because I'm just going to smoothen it out, which will add a few creases to the background, which I think is just perfect for the look that I'm going for. I also cut out a cardboard heart, well, a heart out of cardboard. I peeled it back. And I did a whitewash on it of acrylic paint again. And I'm just going to distress a little bit of the edges here. And then just rub just the tops of the, I don't know what you call it, ridges, with my distressing ink. Just to give it a little bit more. Get those edges a little bit darker. That's good. Perfect. So that is going to go on something like that, I think. So how am I going to do this? I think I'm going to glue that down because then I can always move it if I need to, but I'm going to just glue it kind of on an angle there so that I can, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm running out of glue again. So I'm just going to secure this with a really good amount of glue because I don't want it to come off. Okay. Just going to offset it there a little bit. And what else I did is I cut some ferns or leaves out of some book pages, and I did a couple with the ink. I just used the vintage photo, and then a couple I did with white. And now I'm just going to put something heavier on there to hold that, and some with white just to get the contrast. So I'm just going to kiss the edges a little bit with my distressing ink. A little bit on the white ones, just to add some continuity here. Got, what, 3 of those. And this is just using up trying, you know, bits of stuff, like a little piece of that cardboard I already had kicking around, book pages here, bits of lace that I've had from a couple of projects where, you know, you get just pieces that are like 1 inch or 2 inches. A little too small for most things, but oop, that worked perfect for this. Okay. And what I think I'm going to do is, I'm not sure which flower here I like better. I think I like that one. But I'm going to layer, I think, 1 white, 2 white, and that. And then I think up here I'm going to do, no, I'm going to do the heavier one on the bottom. So I'll do 2 brown on the bottom so that it's heavier looking on the bottom. And 1 white. I'll secure them after. I'm just kind of getting the feel. And then at the top, I'm going to do, I think, 2 white and 1 brown. And let's just see. If I add, my lace is moving all around. So if I add a flower there, and then I've got a littler one here. And I always like to do in 3s because, I don't know, aesthetically that just seems to do better for your eye. That looks kind of busy. Maybe just 1 of these and tucked out. How does that look? No, let's see. I'm indecisive today. Okay. I think that looks all right. And I've got others left over for another one. I think I'm going to secure it like that. So I'm going to start at the top. And I think I'm just going to get a new bottle of glue for this so that I'm not mucking around. Gosh, these tabs on the glue are hard to get off. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to secure these with my glue. And I'm not doing them quite flat, because I want it to have a little bit of the texture on there. And then I'm just going to glue the flower on. Come on, glue. part there. That'll be good. All right, so now I'm gonna glue these on. I think I'll start with the brown ones and then put the white one over top. Okay. Glue it down. I'm going to glue this one on here. I mean, you could tape these if you wanted, but I think it's such a small little bits. I think I feel more comfortable with glue. Just going to overlap it a bit here. And then I'm going to do this cream one kind of layered on top, but I think I'm going to add a little piece of that netting in there just to soften the difference between the dark ones and the light ones. I'm just going to, I think I'm just going to do a strip. So what I'll do is I will glue this on top of that, then I'll glue that on just to make sure it's not going to go anywhere. Okay. So that gets glued on there. And then now I'm attached to that. So now I'm just going to add a little bit more. There's glue seeping through the netting, but I don't want to rely on just that. So I'm just going to add some more and then stick it right back where it was. That gives it a little layer. And I will add this flower right on there. I could attach it with the brad, but I don't want to go through all those layers, the cardboard and that. So I'm just going to glue it in place. Okay. Glue it to the off side. Perfect. And let's see. I think I'm going to add some bling, I think. Go in my drawer here and see what I have got for some kind of bling. What have I got? Nope, those won't work. Oh, a few pearls. Pearls would work. Add a couple of pearls on here. Ah, stuck. And I'm going to definitely glue these on. I find they have a tendency to pop off with just the adhesive backing. So I'm just going to glue. Come on, off my fingers. Come on. Yes. This is how I go to work with glue and paint stuck to me. I'm just going to add a little bit more glue here. Let's do 3 little pearls down this way. Perfect. And then I'm going to do, I think, 1 up at the top here. And I think one last thing is I'm just going to get a little bit of water and I'm going to just do a little splash on here of some gold paint, which I think is what it needs, a little touch. So I'm just going to get some water and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got a little bit of water. I've got these cups my mom gave me. They look like muffin tins, but they're all coated on the inside. And I thought, ooh, these aren't really good. I don't want that getting on my muffins. Until I realized they're craft cups. So they're waterproof and they're lined in there. And they're the smartest things. So I've been using them for all my crafting stuff. But yeah, I didn't know what they were before. I don't know where she got them. I should find out because they're so handy, especially for stuff like this. So I'm just using some metallic acrylic. It's called Rich Espresso. Let's just get this open and peek inside here. Oops, I didn't shake that up well enough. So it's just basically a little, it's gold, but it's like an aged gold. I'm just going to put a couple drops of water in there, just so that when I want to do my tapping here, move all this out of the way. And I'm going to learn my lesson this time. I'm going to put some stuff down behind what I'm tapping. Last time I didn't, and I tapped all over my desk. So I'm just going to put some book pages down, because that way if I use them later, they've already got some of this tapping on, which I think will be all right. And I'm just going to tap. A little bit more on this side. Perfect. I'll let that dry. And there, I have got my shabby book cover. So when I do the rest of the journal, I will show you once I've put this on, but I thought this could be a page. I like the idea of just having a few of these so you can put them on the front of your journals. And, you know, if you use a masterboard, then this would be perfect on top if you did a neutral one. Or you could put it in a page, whichever you would like. But I just thought I'd show you this today, using up a bunch of your bits and just having some playtime. If you like this video, please hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and check me out on my Facebook group. I will put the link below so you can see what we are all doing in the community, and hopefully I will see you again soon. Have a great day.